Hey guys, it's Crypto Llama here, and today I wanted to focus specifically on the latest town hall. This was perhaps one of the most pivotal AMAs we've had in a long time, with Matt dropping some juicy alpha on the future longevity of the Splinterlands economy. If you missed it, don't worry, your boy Llama's going to summarize it in a TLDR format with everything you'll need to know about the upcoming changes. So I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. The Splinterlands team have an astoundingly solid track record when it comes to delivering. We can't at all refute that. There's been a continuous battle to balance the economy to make sure that players are having an enjoyable play to earn experience. And some of the hot fixes they've implemented have perhaps left some of the players disillusioned and wondering whether it's worth their time or investment. But I think Ags hit the nail on the head here with his analogy about the understanding of blockchain technologies. We are at an incredibly crucial and exciting time right now where the race is on to explore and understand these wonderful new technologies available to us through the use of cryptocurrencies. They are literally evolving right in front of our eyes.
I always think of us as more of like R&D than manufacturing. Right? Like manufacturing, you tell somebody I need 15,000 screws by, March, and you're like, okay, well, the factory produces this many, we can get that out. But this is like R&D. We're doing like original research on game design, game theory, and all these applications. So I just want to support you in that and say, what we're doing is forecasting really hard things to know exactly. And I totally think Matt's right. And this stuff it's tricky to guess, and there's not like a formula that can just spit out when it will happen.
So I know that a lot of you are out there right now complaining about the bot farming issues that exist in Splinterlands at the moment, with whales essentially creating a large number of accounts to farm the rewards. This makes it difficult for the casual player to keep up while still enjoying decent rewards in the lower leagues. But if we listen to this snippet from the previous AMA, we can see the fastidious approach the team is making to mitigate these negative effects and put the power back in the hands of the casual player.
The solution is to build the economy in a way where they're not incentivized to do that anymore. And sort of what we've done to date is just reduce the rewards in the lower leagues, which is a quick band-aid fix, but isn't really a good fix for the game overall, because it also just hurts all the legitimate players who are in those leagues, which is not what we want to do. So the ranked reward changes are focused on encouraging card ownership. So one of the main things that I identified as like a core cause of this problem is the starter cards. So, bot owners or players or whoever can come in and buy the Summoner Spellbook for $10, and then they get these cards that they can use and earn rewards with forever without having to actually spend any money in the card markets or rental markets or anything like that. So, it's nice for Splinterlands, the company, we get $10 for each account they sign up, and some of them have done tens of thousands of accounts. But ultimately, that's bad for the ecosystem. That money shouldn't be going to the Splinterlands company. That money should be going into the ecosystems.
These following changes are fantastic for two reasons. The first is that this shows overwhelming honesty within the project. Splinterlands is admitting mistake and realizing that this was hurting the free market economy. But instead of being like any non-play-to-earn game where greed and profiteering are the main focus, the team are happy to change the way that they profit from the Spellbook in order to remedy these economy issues. This would never happen in the pay-to-play model. The second point that I'd like to make here, and perhaps the most important for you guys, is establishing diminishing returns for using the default Spellbook cards. What I mean by this is, in order to combat the farming of these bots, each starter card that is played in battles simply from purchasing the Spellbook will reduce a player's, or in this instance a bot's, ranked rewards. As an example here, if a player was to use all the default starter cards given with the Spellbook, they will receive 0 ranked reward points. The rewards that they'll be able to earn will be proportional to the amount of starter cards that they use per battle. The less starter cards used will increase a player's rewards, and inversely, the more starter cards used will decrease a player's rewards. This change will incentivize players to purchase or rent cards to increase their rank rewards. This is the most efficient way to have a play-to-earn economy thrive, because in turn, this will also increase the value of everyone's gaming assets. So no longer are these accounts going to be able to be profitable unless they invest capital. which is ultimately going to increase the value of all of our assets. This is effectively putting the power back in the hands of those single account holders and the casual players.
Once an economy like this is built properly, then you start to see free markets work, and hopefully just this virtuous cycle. Once the economy works properly, there's incentive for people to put in money into the ecosystem to buy the assets. That helps the prices go up, it helps the rewards go up, which encourages people to put in more money to buy the assets, and that just builds on itself. And if you get the core of it correct, that just leads to all this working. So that's like one of the many reasons why I've never been more bullish at this point. And unfortunately, it takes time. So I know people complain like, why isn't there this? Why isn't there that? Why isn't it out yet? I feel the same way. It frustrates me every day. I'm like, this isn't done. It sucks. Like, I want it now. I want it yesterday. But obviously, not only do we need to build it, we need to make sure it works. We need to make sure, that there's no exploits. We also need to make sure it can handle the volume that we have and that we're expecting, in growth over the next year or two, which is not an issue we really had to deal with, prior to like 8 months ago. So yeah, it does take time. It's just as frustrating to me, if not more, as it is to you guys, but that doesn't mean we're not doing it. We're doing it as fast as is reasonably possible. And I think it's just going to be awesome.
So we're going to see the creation of equal opportunity for those lower league players who don't have a ton of capital to sink into the game. We're also going to see a removal of any advantages that the whales have had previously to freely earn, which is also diluting the overall economy. These changes will disincentivize whales from purchasing thousands upon thousands of spellbooks just to bot farm. But the caveat here is, if they still intend to bot farm, they're going to have to invest into a considerably large amount of cards, considering the scale of these operations. And as mentioned, this will actually make our economy thrive, because they'll effectively be decreasing the supply of cards whilst also increasing the value of our cards. If the economy runs like this, it's kind of a win-win situation. It's abundantly clear here that these new implementations will inevitably establish a chain reaction, bringing forth another huge win here for lower league players. Why is that, you ask? Well, because of how this new economy model will operate, lower league players are going to be able to receive more daily and season chests for their time invested. No longer are you going to have to do the daily quest grind and just receive a single chest for your time. Because with the addition of these changes, it will also allow the change of how the rewards are distributed. So this will also increase the casual players' rewards. Let's listen to Matt here on how the team plans to do this.
That's another one of the things we identified that kind of sucks. If you're in lower leagues, you just get like one loot chest, and that's just really boring and not fun. So the new reward system is going to have different tiers of loot chests. So there'll be like bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and champion chests. So in all leagues, you'll still be able to earn a significant number of chests, but they'll just have, obviously lower rewards in the lower tier chests. So, a player in bronze might earn 10 chests, and a player in champion might also earn 10 chests. So it's a more fun experience every day to open up a bunch of chests, have more chances of getting good cards. But then the higher leagues will have higher chances of, more dark energy crystals, lower chances of potions, higher chances of higher rarity reward cards, higher chances of gold foil cards, higher chances of Chaos Legion packs. And that will, again, it's still fun at lower leagues. You get to open a whole bunch of chests every day and at the end of the season. But obviously the incentive is to get into higher leagues in order to get the same amount of chests, but with better stuff in them.
As a Splinterlands lover, this is incredibly exciting to hear, because in turn, this is going to have an effect on the expansion of our player base as well. This is, of course, a huge positive for anyone who holds Splinterlands assets. But how long are we going to have to wait until these vital economy changes take effect?
And then I think we'll release the code at some point, but it'll go into effect at the end of whatever the next season is. So, because it affects season rewards and things, and we don't want to change that in the middle of a season. So I think the plan is that the code will all be ready to go. And, when the current season ends, then everything going forward will be the new system, and, the season rewards for the current season and existing outstanding quest rewards will be the same. And it's just the next one will be new.
In conclusion, I'd like to say that because of these changes to the economy model, I'm even more bullish on the Splinterlands outlook for 2022. The team continues to prove their endeavor to provide equal opportunity and a stable play-to-earn environment for us all to enjoy. They're also being open about their shortcomings and ongoing journey to fix them.
Ultimately, it's a simple thing. If we get the reward system and the economy right, it just creates a situation where it incentivizes people to buy assets, so that pushes prices of assets up. That increases rewards, which further incentivizes people to buy more assets. And that's like, if you boil it down, that is what we're going for. And any situation like we had someone creating, 10,000 bot accounts, and sure, they had to pay $100,000 for Spellbooks, but that didn't go into the card economy like it should have. So that didn't push prices up. That didn't cause this like flywheel to start happening. And that's where, honestly, we screwed up. So I will say I'm sorry, that we did not get it right. But like, my goal in life is to figure out where we screwed up, understand the like real reason why it was a mistake, and then fix it going forward. And that's what we're doing here.
And that's it for me now, guys. If you enjoyed my content, please like and subscribe, as that would mean the world to me. But other than that, I will see you on the blockchain.